feel. And you know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you know how I feel. And you know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you know how I feel. And you know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how I feel. Ooh.
Okay, now you can hear me? Okay, sweet. All right, hello everyone. Oh, I got the wrong chair. Let me get the right chair. Okay. Oh, and you can see my cheat sheet. These are my note cards. What we're going to work on tonight. All right, let's see. There's Anne. She looks all right. That's not a bad shot. Yeah. You're a little green. That's why your pants are blending in with my background. It looks like, maybe. All right. All right. Let's wait. Oh, sweet. Sweet Television. That's awesome. All right. I just realized I don't have my water. All right, Tara just joined us here. So that's nice. Dorothy's here, sweet. Who else is here? Who do I need to? Jennifer here, sweet. This is your class. Kelly, Neto, I'm guessing. Claire, sweet. Luis is here. Jackie's here, sweet. Okay, so welcome everybody. I have a full flow kitchen tonight. And tonight's class, again, I apologize for a slightly late start. I think you guys do this anyway, but I think we're going to move the official start time to 7:10 because it seems like no matter what I do, it's always about 7:10 when I go live, even when I set up early and do all the things. So maybe just so you don't have to wait and listen to that same song and get sick of it. We'll plan on 7:10. I don't know. All right. Oh, actually, all right. So that idea just got vetoed by my studio audience. Right. So we're gonna. And you can also change the song. Oh, okay. Tara's telling me that I need to plan on 7, and they can plan on 7:10.
And you can change the song.
All right. Cool. All right. So today is going to be a very nerdy class potentially. I am a nerd. Sweet. Maria C is here. Sarah. Good to see you, Sarah. Again, everybody. As I've been mentioning, the gist of these classes is a way to, I feel like this is maybe it's cheesy to say this, but it feels like service, like in a way, to the hoop community for people that, like, you want to hoop, but maybe you're not exactly sure what to do, or you could use some inspiration, or you just like the community spirit of it or whatever. So I'm going to keep these classes going. Each class is not like its own little lesson in things. It's an ongoing thing. Sweet. Rita, it's good to see you. And I love it when you guys tell us where you're from, by the way. We usually do that anyway. Let me see if... Oop, that's not the one. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, well, let's see if this one works. There we go. There's Tara. Okay. Kind of some funky lighting, but we've got her. Okay, back to me. All right, so what I mean by nerdy class tonight is that I'm trying to reinvigorate my personal daily practice, but forever I hooped every day. And after you hoop every day, every single day, it's kind of like a journal or writing in a diary or something, and you really realize that you're dropping the needle on the record. But what you also realize is that the environment is that needle, and it's part of that record. And today, was a very North Carolina rainy day, where it was warm and raining. And now, of course, about a couple hours ago, the sun came out, and now it's like a sauna out there. But it was a comforting rain. It was the kind of rain that I don't know, always makes me feel introspective. And so I had been thinking about Jennifer's request to do balance and meditative techniques, and then today happened, and I just thought, well, this is perfect. So what I have written on my board over there that you got the sort of sneak peek at is mostly balance tech stuff, but if you have any requests, feel free to fire away. When I do teach tech classes, I tend to just put a playlist on and just let it go. But so we're going to start with actually a sway from my iTunes, but then after that, I have selected the music, but I haven't paid super attention to the order of it because I'll be talking for a lot. All right, perfect. For those of you that know, Rex loves class but isn't a huge fan of sway, so he's going to disappear for a second during sway and come back. All right, sorry, there's always a computer glitch. Okay, let's get going with this. What's that?
I was just seeing the comments.
Okay. All right, let's get going. Oh, oops, excuse me, sorry. I know it just went black, nobody freak out. Wow, okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, sweet. I thought we had it working. All right, sweet. Okay, so we'll start with sway. Oops. All right, that's... Oh, okay, sorry, y'all. Sorry. So that's not the song that I thought was playing. Okay, that's... All right, now we're going to play the song I thought we were playing. It's funny you should say that, Sarah, because I always think of the My Dan on rainy days like this. part of the My Dance story is that they have the option to do it, but almost all of them do, that they leave the forest, that they have essentially a walkabout. And for almost all of them, it's the first time that they're alone, day in and day out. And then until they reach a village or until they reach a community, they would spend the night out in the elements. And I've always wanted to imagine how they felt about the rain. Have a feeling that they didn't see it as an inconvenience, but a replenishment, nourishing. Audible breath in. You're new to what we're doing, this is called sway, and it's your stretch time, it's your warm-up time. And it usually lasts about 4 or 5 minutes. Open. Audible breath in. Okay. Okay, these shots aren't too terribly horrible. All right, there we go. Okay. So for this next exercise, Tara, stay where you are, that's fine. I just realized that needs to be there. Okay. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to work on is part of our sway. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it here. As part of our sway is going to be balancing our core, to think about balance throughout the whole body. I'm going to go blindfolded because it's weird. It's what I like to do. But now as you move, I want you to think about the word balance. You can make it some kind of mantra or rhythm. And then it's hard to do it blindfolded. You could try it sighted, but to take long pauses and begin to create whole body balance. when you can start to balance and move other limbs, you start to develop a more sturdy balance. If you have the knees for it, if you have the strength for it, I like to bend down in the legs just a little bit when I'm on a balance. Audible breath in. And I imagine that you're feeling through your body right now. The little micro movements that are happening to make you be and seem still. That your foot, leg, and maybe even the hands, they're all reacting in real time to make it look as if everything is still, but there's actually a lot of little movements that are going on. There's so many little movements that you couldn't possibly focus on any one of them. So my advice is just to relax into the feeling that there's all these little adjustments happening no matter how still you feel. The balance is living. That it requires attention and food. Audible breath in. And then there's one more idea, and that is to see if you can allow yourself to not think about failure. This is really helpful in learning balance. Instead of thinking of it like you can get it or you can't get it, think of it like a long story you're reading. This might be the boring chapter, the trying chapter, the struggle chapter. Audible breath in. Or it might be the chapter where you fall in love with balance. It might be the chapter where balance comes into your flow. So no failure tonight. No unachieved goals. Just learning and reading. Audible breath in. Sweet. Amber, thanks for joining us. Guys, I love it when you comment. I really do appreciate it. Okay, looks like one of our cameras is down, but I will fix that in a second. All right, so let's talk a little bit about balance. I'm going to bring up, now I actually do want to play my SoundCloud. Right, perfect. Okay. How you feeling, Ann?
Good, great. I had an incredible balance session.
You did?
I'm so grateful, and I feel like that was such amazing dancing.
Oops.
It was just really...
Okay. Tara, how are you? Tara, one of your cameras is down if you're wondering. I'm going to fix that in a second there. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about balance. And we're going to start to get into balance tonight. We're going to start with point technique. And point technique is a way of moving with the hoop where you're not using any grip on how you're moving the hoop. It's gripless hooping. And part of the fun/struggle of point technique is sort of figuring out how to do grippy-like things without grip. the way that I'm going to teach you to balance tonight, or we're going to talk about balancing, is going to be on the back of the hand, but you can do it on your palm or wherever you like. But for this first exercise, for me, so that sweet, good. Because I'm going to be hooping or having the hoop on the back of my hands for most of my time, I'm actually going to spend some time in my warm-up for balance feeling the hoop on the back of my hand. I don't know if the resolution is good enough to see this or not, but I'm pushing the hoop and I'm moving it on my hand. This is me holding the hoop on the back of my hand. There are 3 basic types of point technique. There's hanging technique, which is what Tara's doing right now. And that's when you're hanging the hoop from a body part. That's hanging. If I start to turn or move my arm really fast or whatever, this is called flying. And then tonight we're going to talk about standing balance. But before we get there, we're going to warm up the backs of the hands. Try and fix it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So. Oh, I thought the song was over. Okay. Actually, well, let's go with that mistake here. So let's go ahead and talk about like how we can get up into some balance. I understand, Jennifer. Thank you for letting us know. But one way we can get into balance is just to swing up into it, right? So I'm swinging the hoop, 2 hands, and just at some point I put the other hand underneath it. If you know 2-point, you can swing up into 2-point like Ann and Tara are doing right now. I want you guys to see them as much as see me on this one right now. So it's gonna say free hoop, but we're definitely in class right now. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about balance first of all, and we're going to start with what I usually start with in my workshops, which is called. Okay, that's not. What's that? Did you like that song? Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna have music in the background, but I'm gonna lower it a little bit so we can talk about balance. Okay, so the first balance that we're going to talk about tonight is called dayside balance. And it's and one way that we can get up into dayside balance is to do this door knocker move here. And I'm swinging the hoop out. And as I swing the hoop out, I'm going to drop my hands. And as I drop my hands, that's going to create a vertical, and I'm going to put the hoop in balance. I'm going to think about catching it with my eyes, though. I'm going to think about catching this North Star point here, this high point. I'm going to catch it with my eyes, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but it's as I swing the hoop out, I'm going to swing it out, drop my hand, and catch the hoop with my eyes. Like just see an invisible hand, reach out, and just stop the hoop there. There we go. Okay. All right, so let me show you a couple of tricks with this one. So I'm here, I'm swinging the hoop out and drop. Does he need an escape? I'm swinging the hoop out, I drop my hands, boom, catch it. Now, as I'm doing this, I've been doing it a while. One of the things that will help you, I'll give you a couple of tidbits. One of the things that helps is to bend your elbows. A lot of people, when they try to do balance the first time, will keep their arms really locked, and that sort of limits those micro movements that I was talking about. So all you have to do to keep that lock from happening is just put some kind of curve in the arms. However they're positioned, that's up to you. That won't really matter. But to get some kind of curve, because watch what can happen here. If my hands are out here and I suddenly need to bring it back in, I'm moving my shoulders, right? And that's a lot more, but if my hands are here and I need to bring it back, you see the difference there? And so I'm keeping my arms bent, so when I come up into this balance, I can move it around, right? And this is called a 2-point balance, and it's really, really helpful and fun to help your focus if you're like me and you sort of, I'm really confused. All right. Yeah. The other thing that really helps is dropping your weight or lowering the hand somehow. If you're having struggle, like if it keeps wanting to get like here and not making it all the way up, you can drop your whole core. Because what needs to happen, the reason that drop is necessary is because without it, you're having to hit the perfect sweet spot of momentum to where it's just going to go up and stop. But if I put the drop in it, then it gives me much more opportunity, right, to find the balance. Because, the other thing I guess I should mention now is that it really helps to push up into your balance, to push up, to think about your arms pushing up into the balance. Because you're holding something up there, that's what makes it look still. And usually what happens when you start to lose balance, even if you're in the best shape, you're super buff, your hands sometimes like lose their stamina, right? You don't have that. They're not trained yet to stay active. So I'm gonna show you guys one more thing before we. I know we're moving fast. Am I moving too fast?
I would like more time with this person.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna stay with more time on this, but let me add a little something to it. This is more of a demo, but you can try it with me if you want. But this is me sort of. I don't know what's going on here. This is me sort of. People would used to ask me, well, what's up with my hands? What do I need to do with my hands? Where should the hoop be on my hands, right? And the truth is that it really doesn't matter, because once you get the balance, you can start to move those points of contact anywhere you want to, and you can treat them any way you want to. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to do what I'm talking about. I'm swing out, drop so that the hoop is there. Okay. Now I'm going to keep looking at the hoop instead of you guys, but I don't know if you can see this because of my bad resolution, my shitty internet, but I'm drumming my fingers right now. I'm like drumming onto the to the back of my hoop. And so what I'm trying to show you guys is that it's not even about a constant point of contact. It can be any point of contact. And this will be, I'll show you a little bit. This is like if I'm trying to walk my hands outside the hoop. And I'm not creating a pinch, I'm not cheating, but I'm really wide in my hands there. And then, as I'm working to develop my balance skills, I can start to squeeze my hands together and then slowly like walk my hands closer together. I don't know if that you guys got to see that or not. I hope you did. Drop the hands. It will really help you if you drop the hands. And like I said, like if you can't figure out, like if your body just like says like, I get it, I know I'm supposed to drop, but you just can't drop the whole core, make it part of your motion. That looks like, boom, like you're gonna land purposefully, like you're gonna start it and land low. Whatever you gotta do, it will really help you turn the hoop vertical. So it's like you're here, boom. Now I push up into that balance, and then my gaze is locked in right there. All right.
This one's for you, Charlie.
Oh, okay. Okay, so sweet Charlie. Okay.
Like peeking through the curtains.
I didn't mean to play that one. All right, let me make sure I got the right. Okay. So, there you are. Okay, sweet. So we're back in the back into swing. Oh, and so we'll spend just. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to spend a little bit, one more song, kind of in this dayside plane like this, and maybe it'll help you to try single point. Now, I think single point balance is a lot harder in day. I hardly ever do it, to be honest with you. I'm kind of scared to do this in front of you guys. I'm going to drop. Let's do the same thing. That was my right hand. Let's see what happens. Left hand. I went to bow. All right, let's try that again. I'm trying to keep it in day. I'm trying to keep it on my day playing here. Oop, all right, I didn't dip. Here we go. Well, that's left hand really needs work on this one. It's weird. I used to be able to get it pretty good. All right, there we go. It's coming. All right, Bax. Oh, you know what? I think one of the things I feel like I used to focus on my non-dominant hand. I would focus on my pinky for some reason and keeping that high. And if you're like me, that helped. I just realized that's kind of what I was doing. So on my left hand, I'm trying to think a little bit. I think what it's doing is making it more flat than anything. But I'm thinking about this pinky hand or finger, and I'm pushing it up with that as I swing out. Yeah. That definitely helps, or helps me anyway. So I do it 3 times. It's not really right. Yeah. I think what the reason I like it is because as the pinky comes up, it sort of helps lock the hoop from a roll away. A roll towards in balance is good. A roll towards is awesome. That's kind of where you want it to go if it's not going to be upright. Yeah? Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Charlie.
It's so annoying.
All right, and then I guess
It's so annoying.
I don't know if this is worth talking about, but one more thing about day is you can start to begin to develop the ability to pass the hoop. You can use day playing to do it. It'll be a lot harder than what you would be doing like in the bow plane or in the wall plane or whatever. But it would look something like this. So I'm here, I'm holding the hoop with both hands. I'm gonna shift over to one hand, and then I'm gonna shift over to the other hand. And I'm gonna try to shift back and, sorry about your eye. I'm gonna try to shift back and forth with my hands. Maybe my weight too, but definitely with my hands. Is there a reason your cat doesn't trust your one-hand balance? 3-point connection. I'm guessing you mean 3 physical points.
It's so annoying.
Or let's say, I'm gonna wait for you to respond. If it's 3 visual points or 3
so
physical
annoying.
points.
But what do they want with this?
All right. Nice. Okay, so I think finally all the cameras are sort of working now. All right. So again, Shelly, I don't know if you can hear what I said back to you, but if you tell me whether you mean visual or physical. The more points of contact in general, I think are easier, but some people think it's harder, and we're about to talk about some of those. All right. So now we're going to sort of go introduce. Well, I'll show you. All right. Let me show you what like jumping way ahead in the chapters. I'll show you what can happen here. I can swing out, boom, and I'm in this day side balance. And then I can pick a hand, and I'm going to pick my right hand, and I can turn it towards me, and it will send me into what we call in HoopPath a bow balance, which doesn't really make sense, but that's just what we call it. And so it's a sort of like contact ball type spin. Yeah. Yeah, spoon in the freezer, that's a good idea. Yeah, physical. On balances, yeah, the more different points on a balance. Like for me, I have gotten my 2-point balance feels so natural to me. It almost doesn't feel like I'm balancing it. And that's not me bragging at all. That's just my sense of touch with it. To me, this is just, like I just feel like I don't even. But when I have 1 point of contact, I definitely feel, Mike Hayataka is great at 1-point balance, but like I definitely feel less secure with the balance. This would be 3 points of contact in HoopPath land. This would be my forehead and the 2 hands. Nice, yeah. So this is the way I was just describing if you want to try it. And then we'll move into just pure bow balance. But I swing the hoop out, drop, I'm in day. Then I can pick a hand. I went to my right hand last time. I'll go to my left hand this time. I'm going to bring my left hand in, and it's going to shift. My fingers are going to go from both being on the same side of the hoop, pointing out the same way, to one of them being in and out, and that's what this balance looks like. So here we go. Swing out, swing out, drop, then pivot. Yeah. If that was a bridge too far for you, one of the things that you can play with before we move on, your arms are probably starting to get tired. That's what's so awesome about balance. But as I swing it out, one of the other things you can play with is keeping the distance of the hands the same, but pushing up and down and starting to feel like your ability to go up and down with the hoop. And that's where you'll really start to get a sense of control. This is, some hoopers learning it this way. This is my favorite. This is the seal technique of balance, or like the dolphin technique, where you just sort of, you're keeping the hoop super low and you just sort of headbutt it back into. Some people actually learn balance with it way up here. Oh, let's say you can't get the door knocker. The other way to do it, I think it's easier than the door knocker, but is to just hold the hand in an open samurai, just around your first and your thumb and your first finger or whatever, and then roll the hands out. So just roll them away from each other so the palms are going towards the ground. But when you do it, I can't stress this enough, don't look at your hands while you do it. Look at the point you're focusing on. That millisecond or whatever of you looking at your hands will tend to throw the balance off. So I'm here, I'll show you what I mean. I'm here, I'm gonna be looking right at it. As I roll, I'm never looking at my fingers, right? I'm just gonna roll out. Okay, so guys, fire away questions if you have them. And do you guys have anything to? It's just a matter of doing it. Tara said it's just a matter of doing it. She means practicing it. Okay. Ann says she's still working on the past one. So, the door knocker one? One-handed? Yeah, there you are. Okay. Well, let's try a different type of balance just to give your brain a break, okay? And so this one's called a bow balance, and instead of trying to work your way into it like I just did, you can just start off into it. And I think of all the ways to get into a balance, this one's kind of the easiest. I'm in two-point technique, which we talk a lot about in class all the time. It's our favorite, or my favorite. My bottom hand is on the outside of the hoop. The top hand is on the inside of the hoop. So when we balance, we're balancing. It's hanging if it's from the inside of the hoop, and it's, oh, sweet Maria. It's hanging. This is what's called a hanging balance right now, right? Because it's hanging between my two hands. Balance is called, well, what we do with balance is called standing point. So I create a stand by pulling the weight back on my hand, and then I just let go with the hoop, and the hoop is standing there. This is called standing point. And then because of 2-point, we learn how to touch the hoop gracefully. So I can try these balances, I can push up into them, and before they fail, before they expire, before they change as all things do in this impermanent world of ours, I'm in the balance. Before it moves on to it, or as it moves on to its next phase of life, I am going to bring my point hand back up here, reestablish control, and then put up here. Then when my arms start to get tired, I can come down, I can switch my 2-point around, and then push back up and give the left arm a try. Now, one of the things that I do that I realized later is different than a lot of other spinners in the flow community is when I'm up in a bow balance, I am looking at the point the furthest away from me. So I'm looking at the point the opposite. So like in their case, Anne's looking up at the North Star. It really doesn't matter where you look, but I'm letting you know where I look. I look all the way across. It's a situation of like whatever works. But when I'm here, whether it's a 2-point or a 1-point balance in bow, I'm looking across and I'm holding it. I know I've said this like a million times on this stream, but this is really where balance really helped me come to grips with focus and actually appreciate it. Instead of thinking it was something that I sucked at, I just realized I had not gone about it the right way. And that like I could focus on things, but I had to be intrigued by that thing. And what I learned about focus was that as I'm trying to hold, this hula hoop up, as I'm focusing, my brain is not worrying right now. I am not thinking about any past mistakes right now. I'm not thinking about stress. I'm just balancing a hula hoop right now. And so this is kind of like, balance for me is like a way to sort of give my brain a break, to let it cool the jets a little bit. Oh, I love this track. Well, I'll start this over. Yeah, I love this track. We'll start this over. Yeah, here we go.
Stride, execute. Okay, I think I see what the problem is.
Yeah, Louisa, that's a great thing to do. Is the last song you hoop to either in this class or on your own practice is to try balance, because a lot of times what helps with balance, we didn't get a chance to do it tonight because of the limited format, but is to warm up already. Like most of the time, if I would take a class from straight like busting ass, breakbeat, core hooping, they would be so much better at balance. But this is the bow balance. I'm looking across here, holding my hand up. One of the other cool things about balance, I think, is that it takes a minute, but you'll start to learn about your body. And you'll find like places on your forearm or particular grooves on the back of your hand that the hoop likes. And that'll become your grip with this point technique. Now, if you want to balance using your palm, go for it. The reason that I don't do it is I just think it looks cool to do it on the back of the hand. That's the only reason. Oh yeah, we're almost out of time anyway. If you are trying a 1-point balance, if you're pretty good at balance, like just to give you kind of like next level stuff to work on if you want to, not that it looks next level, but it's moving the off hand while you're balancing with the other hand. Nice T. Oh, Tara switched immediately to that. That was good. I'm not surprised. But this is me holding the hoop in balance here. And I'm still keeping my same visual there, but I'm going to try to move my offhand. Now, what I do with it doesn't really matter. I mean, it'd be cool if I'm doing something cool with it. But right now, I just want to, like, warm up my body to moving the offhand. Oh, nice, Shelly. Shelly. Nice. I doubt the resolution is good enough that you can really see this, but what the other thing is, I give you some pointers as we wind the night down here, is I don't know if you could tell with what Tara was doing just now, but her feet are active, and it sounds weird, but keeping your legs active is probably, that and the gaze are probably the two best things I can help you with. Doesn't mean that the legs have to move a lot, it's that they're active, that you're aware of them. Nice, yeah? That you're aware of them as you're balancing. Okay. How do you guys feel?
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
boys and girls.
All right. Sweet. Longer hold tonight. Sweet. All right. Well, I think what we'll do is, rather than hit you with anything else, unless you guys have a question about something, I think we should just free hoop, and then you can give your arms a break you can keep balancing if you want to. You can give your arms a break or whatever. Oh, I see.
Hey, baby.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to do one more track, and then we're going to fade to green. So thank you guys for joining us. Where is it? There we are. We'll be having class again on Monday. There won't be a jam this weekend, but we will. Wait, no, it is Monday. We're going to be having class Thursday. Today's Thursday. Okay, got it. Oh, that's why they didn't do. That's right. That's right. Oops, sorry. No jam this weekend. Sweet, Rita. Thank you for joining us. Sweet, Amber. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. Oh, that got intense. No, okay. I got confused, guys, but we're going to be back Thursday. I mean, Monday. God, I keep getting that wrong. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you very much.